who sleeps with the girls to prepare them for marriage.
Joining us now live via telephone is Joseph Igwe, who is the president of the Child Rights Awareness Creation Organization. Joseph, thank you so much for speaking with us on Network Africa.
You're welcome.
Now, why is child marriage still an issue?
Well, I believe marriage is an issue because it is a kind of fit to the proper growth and development of the girls, and child marriage is an issue because it affects the health of girls' life and it's a violation of the rights of girls who are forced to marry early, even when they are not fit for marriage. And it profoundly affects their life in substantially lost in process. And there are so many health implications, such as the vertical neuropathy, which is normally for BDS, and there is a higher likelihood of acquiring HIV and a level of infant mortality with early pregnancy. So it really affects health, and that is why it is an issue.
Now, tradition, as we both know, is a major contributing factor to this challenge. How can communities be enlightened, in order to strike a balance between not throwing away everything concerning their tradition, but doing away with elements like this, which are dangerous for the children at the end of the day?
Yeah, this one has greatly affected the growth of child marriage. And a lot of things follow up, and living to leave their traditions, and they do not want to leave. Not only tradition, even religion has playing a major role. And in the case of Nigeria, people are involved with child marriage based on religious beliefs. From how to lead into child marriage because they believe that the religion supports it, and some believe that tradition supports it. Actually, the position to rise above the issue of religion and tradition and consider the most the basic fundamental things which are the life of the girl child, the health of the girl child, and the impact of this child marriage on this thing. Because this seems to be the most important consideration before culture or tradition. So I think culture and tradition play a role, but we have to do a lot again. We have to educate people. How to become people may not be able to
we do apologize. We seem to be having some audio trouble. We seem to be having trouble hearing Mr. Joseph Igwe. We'll take a quick break now on Network Africa. When we come back, we'll reconnect with him and hear what he has to say concerning the challenge of early child marriage in Africa. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Network Africa on Channels Television. Now, just before we took a quick break, we were talking to the president of Child Rights Awareness Creation Organization, Joseph Igwe, and he was telling us about the issue of early child marriage. He explained why it's still an issue, and he also, before we lost contact with him, he was telling us why tradition is a major contributing factor and how communities could be better enlightened to not necessarily part with tradition, but to get rid of negative aspects like child marriage. Joseph Igwe, thank you so much for staying on the line. Please carry on.
Yeah, I said it, this tradition plays a great impact on people's lives. It is something that people are used to for centuries, and to even abandon such things becomes so difficult. And that's why laws are promulgated in order to sometimes force people to abandon some of the traditional beliefs on issues on child marriage. In Nigeria today, we have the Child Rights Act 2003, which prohibited child marriage completely. In fact, Section 21 of the Child Rights Act says that no person under the age of 18 years is capable of contracting a valid marriage. And accordingly, a marriage so contracted is null and void and of no effect whatsoever. And Section 23 goes ahead to prohibit even child betrothal. It says that no parent, guardian, or any other person shall betroth a child to any person. A betrothal in contravention of that section is null and void, and even provided punishment for it by Section 23, which says that a person who married a child, or to whom a child is betrothed, or who promotes the marriage of a child, or who betroths a child, commits an offense.
Now, I'm sorry to cut you short, but we do understand the laws that exist. But the problem is striking a balance, how to enlighten communities that are deeply rooted in tradition. How can they be enlightened to part with this issue?
Yeah, I believe education plays a very vital role in being able to curb the issue of child marriage in respect to tradition. I think education is the most important key to helping end the practice of child marriage. Education,
how can we, I'm sorry, we're running out of time, but I'd like to ask you finally how we can minimize situations like this to the barest.
Yeah, how we can minimize it, and that's what I'm saying. Part of it is education. I think education may even prove to be more successful in preventing child marriage than planning child marriage. I think when people are enlightened, because if you look at the statistics, if you look at the number of those who are contracting child marriage or giving their children to child marriage, if you look at it, you see that 90% of them are poor people. You know, most of them due to poverty, most of them want to get the bride price in order to solve their family problems, and so they give out their little children. You know, most of them even give out these children into forced marriage as a means of paying debt owed by parents, you know. And so, but when people are educated, when girls are given the right of girls are respected, so education are respected and enforced, I think it will go a very long way to curbing child marriage.
Thank you so much for speaking with us, Mr. Joseph Igwe. We really appreciate your time. He is the president of Child Rights Awareness Creation Organization right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you very much. Now, finally, on the program, we are touching down in Ghana, and Ghana's President John Mahama says he expects to conclude negotiations with the International Monetary Fund over a 3-year financial assistance package later today. The country's transport minister, Muktari Bawa, outlined the 3-year program, which comes with main conditionalities, which she shared on the Morning Star. Now, they include aligning the public sector wage bill, which will help the government have a centralized wage bill system to ensure that they are able to remove, where it is necessary, illegal names that should not be there in the first place. Now, secondly, the Bretton Woods Institution wants a fully decentralized or deregulated petroleum process. And thirdly, they want a cap on the loans and contracts. The 3-year program will be rolled out once the board of the IMF endorses it, and Ghana is hoping to restore the country's economy within the 3 years of the IMF deal after a downward turn in the year 2014. In early February, the government said it concluded most of the outstanding issues concerning the negotiations with the International Monetary Fund. And that's how we draw the curtains on this episode of Network Africa. Many thanks for watching. I'm Cynthia Are.